Welcome to part 2 of Databank Basic Training. This is where we'll be going over editing personal info, contact histories, and relationships. First thing we're going to do is go into the editable region of a person's record. So you can do that by clicking on their name. Here we get the edit member table showing up. Everything you're seeing here at the top is pretty standard. It's just all of their contact information. Once you get a little bit farther down in the table, you'll be seeing more customized fields that your organization is tracking about your members and supporters. I just want to point out a few of these things. First is the flag fields, and you'll see that one of these flags is tracking something in particular, but two of them are blank flag fields. What these can be used for is to temporarily mark either one record or a bunch of records that you want to later bring up in a search. So that would mean that you want to bring up an exact list of people. So the way you can use this is to just choose one of the flag fields and then put in a 2-character sequence that you can remember. Typically we recommend putting in your initials. And then later I'll be showing you how you can search on that and also how you can do this in a bulk fashion. The notes field it holds up to 255 characters, and it's a good place to put anything about this person that doesn't necessarily fit into any of the fields, but is something important about them that you want to see right away when you open up their record. Here's the source field we talked about in part 1. You can see that it's completely editable, so you can put whatever you'd like in there. Next is the contact preferences. Some of these get updated automatically by your databank and some of them are manual, so we'll go over that. Under email, the first option is OK, and this is what most of your records will be marked as. That means OK to send them email. The next option is always OK, and this is a special setting that you're going to use for people that you want to make sure that they never get marked as a bad email. So even if they get some bounces and things, but you know that their email is not bad, you would want to mark them as always OK, and that will override any bad email marking. Next is unsubscribe, and this is something that will get automatically updated by your system if somebody clicks on an unsubscribe link at the bottom of one of your emails. The last option is bad email, and a person is going to get marked as a bad email if they get 3 soft bounces on their email address in a row. And a soft bounce means basically a temporary reason why your email couldn't go through to them. It could be like a full mailbox, it could be a vacation message, something like that. So if that happens 3 times in a row, then their email is considered bad. Next is postal mail, and these all need to be updated manually. There's OK, do not mail, and bad address. Same with phone. The options are OK, do not call, and bad phone number. Here's where you can set the max requests per year if a person has specifically told you that they only want to be contacted a certain number of times per year, and that's usually pertaining to fundraising solicitations. The bottom part down here where it says districts, this will be automatically filled in for you if you have our advocacy module. If you don't have it, this is completely editable and you can put it in by hand if you'd like. So once you're done saving any or doing any changes to your record and you're ready to save, you can just go ahead and click the button. And it's always going to tell you that the member record has been updated. Next, we're going to talk about contact history. This is where you're going to make a contact note anytime that you call this person on the phone or send them a letter or visit them in person. It's just a way to log any and all sorts of communication that you've had with this person. So you can see that there's already some existing contact notes in this record. You can kind of customize the way that you want to view this contact history, depending on, if you want to see like the most recent ones at the top or the oldest ones at the top. You can just simply click the column headings and it'll reverse the order for you. You can also filter to only see the types of contact notes that you specify. So let's say that maybe you only wanted to see contact notes from a certain date range, or you only want to see contact notes that you've created. Maybe we'll say that we only want to see fundraising related contact notes. So you just select it there. There's a couple preference items that you can check at the bottom, and then go ahead and click filter. And now you can see that we are only seeing the fundraising related contact notes. If we want to get back to all of the notes again, we just click on the Show All button. So to create a new contact note to get added to the history, you're going to do that over here on the left-hand side. It's always automatically going to put in today's date for you, but you can change it out if you need to. You're going to select who the contact was by from the drop-down, and if the person's not in the drop-down, you can add them right here. You're going to choose the contact type from the drop-down, and again, if you need to add a new one, you can do that here, and then the contact method. And then last, you can put any sort of note about what the contact was. And it even has a little character countdown here so that you can see if you're putting in too many characters or not. Then you click Submit. And that note will be added to your contact history. We'll see it's all the way down at the bottom. And here's our new contact note. Now, after you've inputted a contact note, you have the option to actually email it to somebody if you want to notify them right away. So to do that, you just click on the little email icon right here, and it'll open up your email program window. The last thing you can do with contact history is you can actually search for people based on their contact history under the search menu by clicking on Contacts. And you can see here that you can search based on all of the fields that we saw before. So if, for example, we wanted to find all people who were sent a letter in January of 2009, we would put in a start date and an end date and select letter, and then we would click Find. And we can see that there were 22 people who fit that contact history search criteria. Next, we're going to talk about the relationship function, and I'm going to go back to Jim's samples record to do that. You can access the relationship function by clicking right here. And what this is it's a nice way to link together two records in your databank who are related in some way. They could be family members, they could be coworkers, and you want to link them together so that you know that there's a relationship there, but you want the people to each have their own member record so that you can track their separate involvement with your organization. So we can see that there's already some existing relationships set up here. And you can create a new relationship by searching for a member in your databank. So I'm going to look for Sally Sample. I know that she is in our databank. Click Find. It found Sally for me, so I just click on her name. And then it's going to ask you to define the relationship type. So you'll have types that are already in your databank. Let's say that they have a family relationship, and then I'm going to set the role for Jim and the role for Sally. So I could say that Jim's the spouse, and I could say that Sally is the parent. And then once you're all finished with that, you'll just click Save Relationship. And now we can see that Sally is listed under Jim's relationships, and if we click on Sally's name, Jim is also listed under her relationships.